This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live with the Great Legend Show for November 6, 2016. Fans, I just had the coolest thing earlier. I did a Facebook Live video, and it was entitled the same thing as this video, The Great Legend Show, 11/06/2016. So, in the future, I'm going to really try to build that up. If you go to the video description below, it has a direct link to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/The Great Legend Show. So definitely, if you have Facebook or you're, you frequent Facebook a lot or you're a member of Facebook, go ahead and give my page a like. What I plan on doing is doing my silent auction preview videos from Facebook Live. I'll be doing that in the future, kind of showing the stuff I have to sell and things of that nature. I went ahead and adjusted some settings for going live, where I dropped my bit rate to, instead of 1,000, I dropped it to 700, so I can have a consistent bit rate where with no dropped frames, and I can, stream at you live with 360p. I don't have the best upload to do any high definition streaming quality or anything like that, but a good 360p ought to do you just fine. And that's why we're here. We're here on the Great Legend Show, and I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of what I've been doing recently with my collection, shows I've been watching, and just giving shout outs. You got some questions, make sure you ask the questions in the comments side, and I'll get to your live questions. A lot of times after the video publishes, the comments get wiped, all the live comments. So if you give me some good questions and things like that, I can go ahead and give you a shout out, try to answer your question. That way people that watch this video on the rewind can get some answers, and they may have the same kind of questions that you've been posting here if you're watching live. So hope everything's coming through and hope everything's clear. Looks to be good on my end, so we'll go ahead and get started. I've been working on, as you know, I only get about 4 or 5 books on the pull. Usually I do Green Lanterns, that is, with Simon Boz, Jessica Cruz. This week they come out with issue 10, which is a continuation of the Phantom Ring story. One ring, all colors, man. It's like a jack of all trades, or if you used to play Elder Scrolls #4 Oblivion, this sucker's known as the Skeleton Key, man. All the colors, man. You put the ring on, you want to be green, go green. You want to be yellow, go yellow. Blue, indigo, whatever. Orange, Larfleeze style. You can do that with this Phantom Ring. So very cool. And unlike the other lantern rings, you don't have to be chosen or anything like that. You just put the ring on and there you go, the Phantom Lantern. So that storyline is very good so far. Like I said, I need to read the second part of it in the Green Lanterns #10 that I got yesterday in the mail. What else? Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps continues to be good. Last story was the final Sinestro story arc, where Sinestro had 1,000% from he's harnessing the power of Parallax itself to get his juices going, of the juices of fear. So if you're not reading Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, highly recommend that. I've also been picking up some odds and ends. I did finish up that Tales from the Dark Side 4-issue run. I haven't really read them all. I need to read all those in a row, get the full-fledged story. Those are from the guys that did Lock and Key, Joe Hill, and I can't remember the other guy, but very good. Artwork looked great. I'm sure the story's going to be awesome. It's going to be kind of like you're watching an old episode of the Tales from the Dark Side from the 80s. Definitely something to pick out if you're a fan of that old TV show or you grew up watching it. Definitely pick that up. As far as speculatory prices and things like that go, I'm not the one to ask for that. But if you want a good horror story, or be reminded of the times when you used to stay up late on Saturday nights watching Tales from the Dark Side, man, what better way to actually read a comic? IDW put it out, so check into that. I got to get Popeye Classics, Bud Segendorf. They're up to issue 50, maybe 1 or 52. I can't remember, but I continually get those. I don't read them as much as I should, but You know, just to have a good Popeye collection is really sweet. And the other one I get is, and I haven't started reading these, but I'm a huge fan. It's probably my most favorite trilogy of all time. Not Trilogy's Comic Corner, but his YouTube channel is one of my favorites. So definitely check out Steven, aka Trilogy, and Mrs. Trilogy on Trilogy's Comic Corner. Showed some sweet ass books he got from Sellersville auction. I'm not going to tell you what those are, but definitely watch those. They're damn good books, man. I tell you, he gets some good sweet keys. There's a lot of folks out here that I really enjoy watching because it's like I see myself get them keys as well. I like, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I got a lot of keys, so I'm always excited to see some new keys come up. And a lot of the times I don't even have those keys that other people get, but it's cool to see them get that, and you get to see some of their passion as they're opening up the box and, you know, telling you about the keys and the first appearances and some things like that. It's a lot of fun to do. But yeah, Back to the Future, back to what I was talking about. Back to the Future by IDW, great series. And also I went back and I missed a lot of the months for Saga and East to West, both Image titles. I really love those stories. So I had to go back and get those and try to stay current on those. So, you know, the pool might be like 6 to 8 books, give or take, month to month. I know December they're going to have the Three Stooges Christmas special that American Mythology, a small publisher, American Mythology, puts out. They also put out the detective. I know some of the old schools are going to not like me for this. This is my dad's kind of movies, though. Remember the Pink Panther, the detective from Pink Panther, that comic book, and some other ones that American Mythology publishes here and there. But I love their Three Stooges books, fun stories. You know, they just kind of take me back to the kooky adventures they had on, you know, just the normal Three Stooges two-reelers, aka the shorts they were doing back in, I guess, you know, the 30s or whatever, 30s, 40s, a little into the 50s, up until, I guess, Shemp Howard's death in 1955. But anyway, so yeah, let me go ahead and check the comments and see who we got. I haven't really checked any of that, see what kind of viewers we got. All right, good. We do got some viewers. Hell, 8 watching's pretty good on a little Sunday afternoon. Big shout out to my Blasted or Stash It brothers here. I think most of you are all members of the Blasted or Stash It Facebook page. And if you're not members of that page, click down below the video description. You can become a member of the Blasted or Stash It Facebook page on you know what? Damn, I don't think I have the Blaster Stash It Facebook page. But anyways, I'll add that to the video description. My bad. I was just throwing it up, so I didn't really take the time on the video description today. But you can definitely subscribe to the Blaster Stash It YouTube channel. And from any of those videos, you'll usually find the link to the Blaster Stash It Facebook page. A lot of great guys there, like my man, Russ, Whodat Comics, Collectibles, and Gaming. He has got some hot books that he sells on the Legends live auction on the first Saturday and third Saturday of every month. We just finished up a live auction last night where Russ was bringing the pain like Mark Henry does in round 2. He had to go at round 3, but I'm glad to see him back on YouTube today. Always a pleasure. The guy I was talking about on my Facebook video, if you were live, you know, if you're like my The Great Legend Show Facebook page, this is the guy I was talking about. Rebel Comics and Gaming. Larry Higgins. My nickname for him is LP because I like LP. I like that. Father of Naomi, NBK Drifter, the man of 1,000 nicknames. When he comes at you live, you know, I say I'm coming at you live, but he's coming at you L-I-V-E live. I'm talking all caps from my man Larry Higgins. I know tonight is The Walking Dead, or should be The Walking Dead. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, check out LP, Rebel Comics and Gaming. Check out his channel on Monday nights. He does The Chatting Dead. Great show. Usually I listen to that show on my drive home. I work nights Monday, so when I'm riding home, I always have LP on. I don't comment as much because, you know, I don't want to like wreck or something, but really cool guy to listen to and get his thoughts on Walking Dead, which I'm far behind, but I don't care about spoilers or anything like that. I'm actually in about getting close to finishing up season 5 where Beth's at the hospital and they just brought in Carol. So I'm kind of far behind in season 6, and thank God my wife's been recording this newest season on the DVR. She's all up to date, but I kind of slacked off. I want to give a big shout out to one of the brothers in the community, Tats Comics. Now, Tat, I don't know, man. I ain't seen you on the Blaster Stash at Facebook page recently. I want to see some Tats Comics. I want to see more Tat on the Blaster Stash at Facebook page. We got Javon Taylor. Javon, my friend, it is so good to see you here watching the great legend live tonight. Good to see you here. Let me know, Javon, when you come out with some content, and I'll sub you up, brother. Let me know. Let me know here on the Great Legend Show. Mars, bringer of comics, another great viewer who hangs with us from time to time. He just had a classic video called Mars from the Grave. Go check out Mars. He's a cool guy. And when he shows the videos, he brings the comics. One of my brothers that's been with me through a long time. He hadn't made a video in a couple days, but his last one was Hulk collection. He's showing off his whole collection of Hulk. And that is my buddy, Mr. Gretzky 9966, man. That's what I'm talking about. And then everyone's here. We got 8 people watching. We got 1 thumb up. Maybe get some more, but I ain't going to whore out for thumbs. Y'all can thumb my ass down if you like it. It's all good. But anyway, because sometimes I could be an annoying little bastard. But anyway. All right, so what I got today I want to show you. Let me kind of do some. Well, I'm going to tell you a bit about the contest I'm going to do. I'm going to do a contest for today because I kind of downloaded this new software. Let's see if I got any drop frames. 119 drop frames. What are you going to do, man? You know? So it's live. It is what it is. I mean, perfect world, I would have 0 drop frames, but who knows? So there might be a little stutter here or there, but for the most part, you know, 0.4% drop frames, 119 drop frames, not that bad. Kilobits per second are kind of going a little higher than well, no, kind of sticking around that 700 mark. It's kind of bouncing back and forth, but we'll keep our eye on that. Qualities looks good on my end. Yeah, I know what you mean. Tat ain't down with the Facebook very much, and Javon Taylor's been busy moving, but he's going to be working on, you know, getting some content up on his channel, which is going to be a lot of fun. So Javon, you know, man, I'm into comics, pop culture, action figures, Funko. I do a little bit of horror, but not that much anymore. I used to watch a lot of horror movies as a kid, but I like looking at other people's horror stuff. Video games is always cool. From time to time, Rebel Comics and Gaming LP does a lot of live streams of Overwatch, and I like watching him play that every now and then. But yeah, man, I like pro wrestling. You know, all kinds of wrestling is good. I mainly keep up with WWE and NXT, but you know, I try to keep up with all the indie promotions as well. YouTube videos like that. I watch shows. I've been watching lately the CW show Arrow, trying to get, well, I am caught up on Arrow as far as last season goes, where he battled Damien Dark. I thought it was a good season. Some people said they didn't like that season. I kind of didn't like season 3 when Oliver Queen was a part of the League of Assassins. I kind of didn't like that season, but this season so far, I've only seen 1 episode. I've been catching up on the CW app on Xbox One, so I've been watching that. It's been okay. So what I want to show, I'm going to do a little giveaway today. It's going to be a little trivia, and I haven't done trivia in a long time. But I've got some books. If you're an aspiring comic book creator, I've got some books for you today. And it doesn't matter if you live in the United States, Canada, you know, any of those countries. I'll ship these to you for free because this is a contest. It's totally free, and it's free to enter. You just have to answer the trivia. Be the first one in the comments to answer the trivia. And if we don't get any answers correctly, I like that. If we don't get any answers correctly in the comments, then you can leave a comment on the Rewind show, and whoever gets that will get the contest right. I got 4 books. They're in good condition. I mean, they're not near mint by any means, but they're nice and clean, look good on a bookshelf. Let me get my camera going. Good, still got 119 frames. That's good. Probably because my kid, I think one kid's playing the new Skyrim on Xbox One. One kid is playing Borderlands 2 on the other Xbox One, which is my wife's system that she watches all of her TV shows on. So I think she's doing some chores right now. It's getting dark out. You know, we had to move the clocks back 1 hour, which I'm totally cool with because I need extra sleep. Monday, since I worked late on Friday night, I missed my Blaster Stash It Brothers, but yeah, I didn't get to see much of that show. Anyway, back to contest. First book, How to Self-Publish Your Own Comic Book. This is written by a guy named Tony C. Caputo, and it's the complete resource guide to the business, production, distribution, marketing, and promotion of comic books. Now, what I love about today's time, this was back in 1997, so this is kind of an older book. Now, in today's world, you can have a lot of easier ways and easier methods to get things done. As far as self-publishing your own comic book, you know, you can go to Kickstarter, you can go to GoFundMe. Larry Higgins, the father of the Niobe comic book, he uses Kickstarter, and I want you to go sub him up. Rebel Comics and Gaming. Let me spell out the name for you. REBEL space KOMIX. So comics is KOMIX, and gaming. Go there, and he has some great videos. You'll have to kind of sift through some of them because there's a lot of Overwatch. But if you sift through the Overwatch, you can find, usually just, you'll know the Overwatch because they'll have the title Overwatch, and usually they have Tracer because she's fine as hell. But anyway, look for LP. He talks a little bit about his journey in creating this character, Niobe. From, you know, penciling his own artistic stuff down on paper, writing the story, and then going through specific steps to get that story published. And he uses Kickstarter to get a lot of the funds in for that. Amazing story. It gives hope to everyone that is making their own comics, that have GoFundMe pages, that have Kickstarter pages. So when you watch someone like LP talk about that and you see that passion, that you know, this is like a guy like me or you. You know, anyone could do this. So I highly recommend that. It's very good. But this is an old school book. These were I got off the donation shelf of the library long ago, but very good. And I only got 119 drop frames still, so that's very good. So that's How to Self-Publish Your Own Comic Book. Very cool. Next book is by Lorene Haynes. This is The Business of Comics. And I like this book too. This is also really well done. The book was done in copyrighted 1998. So a little bit newer than the other book. It's called The Business of Comics. And you can learn all about how it's got an overview of the industry, preparing a professional portfolio, blah, 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 blah. Got an old school press sticker on there. Let's see if I can rip that off. Yeah, we'll pull that off. Keep those nice. This next one's really cool because I'm going to be talking about this author here in a little bit. Dennis O'Neil, old Denny O'Neil, The DC Comics Guide to Writing Comics by Dennis O'Neil. And it's got an introduction if you look really close. It's only 360p, sorry, but let's see if you get that. Yeah, you can, look. Stan Lee. Stan Lee, right there. So this is a really cool book. And this publication date is a little newer. 2001. Woohoo! So yeah, very cool. Denny O'Neil. I'll talk about Dennis O'Neil here in a minute. And then the Will Eisner City People Notebook. Now this just kind of has a lot of different art of city scenes and city people in it. So you get that book too. You're going to get these free. I'm going to send these out media mail. If I do send these out to Canada, I don't know if they have media mail there, but I don't care. I'll send them out. I'm going to send them to Canada because my boy LP's in the room. And I'll send them to UK as well if you really want them. A lot of cool stuff. But we're going to do the trivia for that here shortly. I want to show you some of the books that I'm working on. I'm working on some runs here. I'm working on this run here. Actually, I've got this run done. I'm currently bagging and boarding this run, though. It's the Batman Adventures, and that's issue number 1. It's about a 9.4. It's got 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 teeny tick marks on it. But Beautiful near mint 9.4 copy. There's a little indentation that could probably be pressed out, but you know, I don't press these out or anything because I read these. These are all of my reading books. This is signed by Kevin Conroy. I got to meet him at the 2013 Dallas Comic Con. I love these comic books because when I read the Batman Adventures, I get it places me back in time. You know, it's got that little Danny Elfman theme from that Tim Burton movie. But man, when that thing starts and when he turns that engine and fires up that Batmobile, damn, it really like brings you back. And when you read these books, you get thrown back in time to the days when you used to watch this animated series on TV. So damn cool. And I'm glad old Kevin Conroy signed that one for me. So I've been bagging and boarding of these, and with that, I start, mine starts going, and I'm like, well, I want to collect all the Batman animated comic books. So the next one I got was Batman, and I'll show all these later down the line. Let's see, I haven't put this one in Maller yet. The next series after that was the Batman and Robin Adventures. They named this out after the third year. It went issue 36, or was it 35? 2 annuals, 2 specials. The 2 specials, you'll know these. One of them, of course, I sold one last night, but it's the Batman Adventures Holiday Special was one of the specials from that series. And the other special, I know y'all seen this special. Let me show you this one. Let me get it real quick. It's hiding from me. Is the Mad Love Special. This is a beautiful book. I would say this could easily get a 9.6. There's some color loss on the spine, but that's kind of normal for these Batman Adventure books, But 9.6 easy. Beautiful book, and that's the other special they did. I'm going to go ahead and put that in front of the holiday special. Very awesome book. And so you got those. You got a couple of annuals that came out. Then you went to the Batman and Robin Adventures. Now, you remember, if you have the complete, Batman animated series, you got Volume 4. That's kind of when Dick Grayson became Nightwing, right? So, and you got those annuals there. Got the Sub-Zero special. So you had a series in comics called the Batman Adventures, The Lost Years. The Lost Years, this takes place after the Batman and Robin Adventures, and this is the part where Robin leaves, becomes Nightwing, Tim Drake finds the Batcave and all that kind of stuff. So this is that part. This is a 5-part series. You can also get this in trade form, so that's very cool. That's the Lost Adventures book 1. And then after that, the series turns into this, which is the Batman Gotham Adventures, and this is the part that goes along with the the latest volume of that series, where Dick Grayson had that mullet going and everything like that. So very cool. And this was kind of my favorite artwork of the animated series when they kind of went to this style. I'm working on bagging and boarding Volume 1 Batman Adventures. That's issue 33 right there. That's the original. And that was kind of the more updated look. But after Batman Gotham Adventures, and by the way, the Gotham Adventures, sweet covers. Man, I freaking love them. Let me get these put away, and I'll tell you a little bit. Put that there. So currently, I'm working on a couple of the specials from the Batman and Robin Adventures. There's one book they did that's a Batman animated style, but crossed with Wolverine's powers. And I don't know much about the series, but I've seen the book, so I want to get that one. It's kind of like an animated form of the DC and Marvel characters, but they combined them, like Green Arrow and Hawkeye get combined into a new version of Hawkeye. Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate get combined into a character. So very interesting, but I just want to get the one shot with the Batman Wolverine where they come together. Two kick-ass characters, and things like that. So after that, you have another series that I'm going to try to get my Batman, the Gotham Adventures. I want to get that completed because there's about 13 issues of that I still need to get. But after that, there's another series that's really cool. Let me show you one of these. It's Batman Adventures Volume 2. Came out, I think, in 2003, I believe. And I've got 3 issues so far of this series. And I went after the issues that were more expensive, the lower print run issues. Because at the time, you know, they were DC was publishing and doing Batman books. They didn't want to spend a lot of print materials on the animated style stuff. But that's Batman Adventures book right there. There's another really cool one that I have. I actually have it in a drawer box here, but I need to transfer into that box. It's a Harley and Poison Ivy series that's the same kind of style art, and it went 3 issues. I've got those in near mint, but I need to get those transferred to this box. So I'm trying to get a whole box of Batman animated adventure stuff, and once I get the finish up this run, I want to get the Superman animateds and then the Justice League animated adventures, and kind of have like maybe 2 boxes of these. So it just, like I said, it takes me back to the days when I used to watch these cartoons religiously. So very freaking awesome. Another book I have in this box, and y'all have seen me show this one before, is that book there, the Batman Harley Quinn, first appearance of Harley in the DC continuity. This is probably, you know, I grade low, but this is probably a 9.6 as well. Very cool book there. I kind of keep that in there with the old Mad Love and, you know, stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, Batman Adventures 12. I got a little CGC of that bad boy. But like I said, once I get all of these bagged and boarded, I'll be doing a whole big Batman animated video with all of those books in there. So let's see. I've got 3 awesome graded books to show you. And then we're going to do our contest and see who wins that. Actually, after I check the comments, I may do the contest and then show the graded books that I've got recently. Some of you may have seen these. You know, especially if you watched the Facebook video, you'll know what these are. But I will show them to you. And then I'm going to probably do some bagging and boarding, and I'll let everyone get on their way today. Let's see here. 9 watching. Thank y'all so much for watching. Big shout out to OMG Chris. Love that blue ribbon character. Genius, Alex. He might be talking about old Alex Ross there. From the Batman Harley Quinn one-shot. You need number 16 of Batman Adventures Volume 2. Oh, yeah, number 16. Gretzky, stay right here. Have you watched that video? I don't know. Yeah, it's the Amalgam series. AMALGAM series. That's what it was. It was kind of animated Marvel and animated DC characters combined. Alex, the comic hoarder, is here. Alex, thank you for watching, my friend. Good to see you here. Funkoff is here. All right, let me look at this real quick. Mr. Gretzky, he also loves the old wrestling games from the 80s. Dude, I do too, and I got 4 short boxes in the way, a lot of extra cardboard, 2 more drawer boxes that need to go up in there, but I have stuff in the shelves. So, yeah, I've got some great old wrestling games on my arcade machine, you know. All the games from Nintendo Entertainment System, all the games from Super NES, like Saturday Night Slam Masters, and a lot of the old arcade games, of course, the WW WrestleFest, which, you know, it would be pretty cool if I actually, like, played that for y'all or something. But I actually have a 1/4 One Life series that's on youtube.com/rdowdy95, where I actually played WrestleFest on the arcade, and my head was shaved as well. So definitely that's one of those old videos. If you want to see a bald great legend, or Lex Luthor great legend, go check that out on my video homepage. Comics Quest, Batman Harley Quinn, awesome Alex Ross cover, congrats. Trilogy is here. Either on my Facebook video or the very beginning of this video. Trilogy, Steven, you got some awesome shout outs. I was preaching you like I was preaching the word of the gospel of trilogy. Yeah, man, it was awesome. Larry really needs the older comics. LOL. Let the poor guy win. He's Canadian, man. Well, you know, I love the LP, but it is an X-Men question. So LP, make sure your video is live, you know, refreshed, all that stuff. Make sure you're on top. It's an X-Men question, and it's going to be coming out of my. I love this book. I need to see if DC has one of these. Obsessed with Marvel trivia books. Very cool book. My wife got this for me one Christmas, and she comes up with the coolest things. You know, for the most part, normally if there's something I want, I'll just go ahead and buy it. But she really thinks good of me. You know, a lot of times it gets me some great stuff. Um, so in Comics Quest, it's good to see you here as well. I mean, and Alex, thanks, Chris. What contest? I missed the contest. No, you didn't miss the contest. But let's go over before I show these graded books. Let's go over the books you're going to get to win here. They are How to Self-Publish Your Own Comic Book, The Business of Comic Books. This was from like the late 90s. This one was from about 2003. The DC Comics Guide to Writing Comics, Dennis O'Neil, forward by Stan Lee. And the Will Eisner City People Notebook, which will give you some great ideas for some panels, little panels of cityscapes and, you know, people walking in the city. And that is a Will Eisner, DC Comics, the Will Eisner Library. So very cool. Some of the art actually looks kind of like the animated series of Batman. Okay, so we're going to get to the trivia. All right, so everyone get ready. Get their thinking caps on. This is an X-Men question. Okay. In what country fuck, what was that character's name? Oh my god! Oh god! Alright. Damn it. Fucking damn it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got this asshole's name. In what country was Apocalypse born? In what country was Apocalypse born? I'm going to refresh and make sure I can see the answers. All right. Still waiting for the answers. There's slight delay because of the way I have the live show. So that's okay. So still just looking for the answers. I'm just waiting for the correct answer. I don't want to give any hints or anything like that. The question again, in what country was Apocalypse born? All right. Let me refresh. Make sure. Because, you know, I want to, you know, make it legit. I pretty much, I've got the answer. Alex the Comic Hoarder got it right. The answer is Egypt. Now, LP also has a good answer. The ones in here, this was question number 1322. Where was Apocalypse born? There was ancient Greece, Assyria, Assyria, Babylonia, and Egypt. And the answer was Egypt. Egypt, okay? So, Alex, the Comic Hoarder, you got it correct, my friend. So, Alex, what I'm going to do after the show, I'll send you a PM on YouTube, and I'll get your shipping information, and I'll get that shipped out to you. So, Alex, congratulations. All right, so next up, I'm going to show you those graded books I was talking about. I have here Batman Adventures 9.4, issue number 3. This is Batman Adventures Volume 2, issue 3 at a CBCS 9.4 grade. Really nice book. Some blunting on the corner. Just kind of some rounded ends. I mean, just classic 9.4, like if you were to buy it off the shelf. Very nice book. But this book will be coming out of the case because these bitches get bagged and boarded in my law, baby, because I got to read them, right? Even though they're rare and all that crap, I'll be taking this out of the case and just putting it in a bag and board to go into my reader collection. The only animated book I don't plan on taken out of the case would be the 9.8 number 12, the first Harley Quinn thing. I won't take that out of the case, but I do need to get a reprint of that. Probably that one that one guy did, old P-Boy or Po-Boy or Johnny, whatever his name was, John Boy variant or whatever the hell his name is. I need to get that that book and just have that as my reader copy, even though that book's very expensive too. So, or any other Batman Adventure 12 reprint that I can find. But anyway, that's a beautiful book. That's issue 3 of the volume 2 I was talking about. It's one of the more pricey ones. They're more rare or whatnot. Now, Mr. Gretzky 9966 mentioned this book. This is a PGX 9.8 of Batman Adventures number 16, A Wedding to Die For. Now this book, man, it's a 9.8. It's beautiful. No problems whatsoever. Sharp corners. Everything just kind of perfect on it. I mean, and I guess it ain't perfect because it's not Gem Mint 10. Then on the back it has the free Justice League Adventures comic book, which I do want to start getting into that series as well after I finish this run and the rest of my Gotham Adventures run. So this is a 9.8 of this one here. Of course, the both of these Batman Adventure ones, they got white pages. You know how it is. These modern books aren't that hard to get white pages. This one is in a little box, a little Lone Star box here. I didn't get it from Lone Star, and this is in the new CGC case. And I gotta say, there's a lot of the rainbow jizz in this case, but man, the new CGC case, all rainbow jizz aside, this is awesome. I mean, because it's so it's a thicker case, it's a stronger case, there's no gaps in between, so it's very cool. Let me show it to you. Take it out of its bag. These old shitty cloudy bags don't do it justice. Can I see the back of that? Yeah, you can actually see the back of that on there. I like this case though. It's Charlton Comics, 1967, Blue Beetle number 1, Charlton Comics. This isn't Blue Beetle's first appearance. This is like either the second or third volume. I don't remember. I don't have a lot of knowledge about the Blue Beetle. But this is when this is around the time Steve Ditko left Marvel because he was tired of Stan Lee's stuff. And you get a Steve Ditko and DC Glanzman story. You got Steve Ditko covering art. This is the first appearance of... Who is the Question? So it's the Question's first appearance. 9.4, white pages. Beautiful case. Like I said, I mean, it does have the little jizz stuff in it. It's all over kind of pretty much. But if you hold the book far away, you can't... It's not in the picture. You can't really even tell it's there. I mean, you have this hanging. People would have to go up and inspect it to see if it has the jizz or the rainbow color. But let me tell you, and I know Marky316 doesn't like the jizz, and he said it doesn't present well and things of that. All of my CGC books, I don't display any CGC books. Not at the moment, anyway. Normally, they just go into my CGC boxes, and they're in the closet. I mean, I don't really do anything with displaying CGC books whatsoever. so it doesn't really affect me at all, you know. Beautiful book though, big key issue, expensive key issue, but got a lot of love for Phantom Stranger, and I wanted to have some more stuff to do with the question. I also got the full run of the 1987 Dennis O'Neil question run for DC, and the question appeared in 1985. I think it was around 85. The Crisis storyline in a little two-part story. Don't know much about that, but it had to do in the Blue Beetle story. And then from that, I guess he went on to get his DC, his just run in DC Comics. But prior to that, he was all about Charlton with Steve Ditko. And I also want to get, since I'm not going to be cracking that book because it'd be stupid to, I'll probably get the hardcover. DC does these hardcover books called the DC Archives, and there's a Blue Beetle one that's like volume 2 that has the question in there, along with the Atom, which was the Dr. Manhattan, where they got Dr. Manhattan from. A lot of those characters for Watchmen were Charlton characters, but they didn't want to use their DC, because when DC got them, Alan Moore wanted to use them to, Rorschach, for instance. He was the question. But DC didn't want Alan Moore killing off the question. So that's why they created Rorschach. You can look all that up. I'm not going to go too much into that. But thank y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for watching today's show. Testing out this new open broadcast software suite. I think it's called OBS Studio. There was a little bit of drop frames in there, but not bad at all. And like I said, if I had fast internet, this program would just be exceptional, but I have to kind of put low quality on my live streams, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind putting low quality on live streams. And I prefer live streams because you don't have to wait so long for the stuff to upload, you know what I mean? But this OBS Studio is also good because you can export, or you can just use this to record video from. So that within itself is pretty damn awesome as well. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and bag and tag the rest of these Batman animated adventure volume 1 books. I got all the way up to 36 and these 2 annuals. And then I'm going to go take a break, see what the kiddos are doing, see what they're getting into. Hopefully they're not messing up anything of mine. Sometimes, if you have video games and stuff, kids get into your stuff and because they want to be just like you, so got to see what those kids are doing. Let me go ahead and check comments one last time. We do have 11 viewers, and I don't want to leave anyone off. We've got, hey, again, Alex the Comic Hoarder, you won today. You won some awesome books. So, Alex, if you're ever interested in, publishing your own comic, or you just want some good info, you're getting these 4 books here: How to Self-Publish Your Own Comic Book, The Business of Comics, Dennis O'Neil's The DC Comics Guide to Writing Comics, and another DC Will Eisner book, City People Notebook. So you're going to get all those. I'll get in touch with you through YouTube private message. If that doesn't work, join the Blaster Stash It Facebook page and send me a little message on there. And we used the trivia Obsessed with Marvel, which was a lot of fun. I used to do that a lot on my Friday live shows when I did live shows more regularly. But we're going to check comments again. Alex again. Tat, thank you so much. Mark 4 Comics, thanks for showing up, brother. Funkoff was here. Paul, Midwest Comic Man, is in the house. Hey, Alex, what's happening? One of these days we're going to have to meet up at a store. Hell yeah. Christian Collins, man, good seeing you on here. Christian Collins, a big old Walking Dead fan. So definitely check out Christian Collins. He's got a lot of good Walking Dead, and he's been, selling stuff to get, build up that Walking Dead collection. Dan Garrett was the original Blue Beetle. See, man, I'm just all about the question. So there was a cool, Paul, there was a really cool, they did a convergence. Damn it, I'm probably going to have to end up getting it. And you know, I got the Convergence, Plastic Man, and Freedom Fighter, so I'm definitely gonna have to get the Convergence. Had the old Atom and Blue Beetle and the Question in the Convergence and stuff. Blue Beetle Volume 1 is Fox Comics. First appearance was Mystery Men Comics #1. Was the pre-DC Beetle Ted Cord. And see, Paul, Midwest Comic Man, one of the Blaster Stash It members, he knows a crap load about Golden Age comics. So it's kick-ass having Paul on Blaster Stash It show because he's got a lot of history of the Golden Age comics. Big shout out to Roger 69501. Roger, good, and thank you for checking out that Facebook video earlier on the Great Legend Show Facebook page. Very cool. That's going to be a new fun medium to show y'all, do some live stuff on Facebook, specifically for Facebook, like my pre show for the live auction, stuff that I'll be selling on live auction. Trilogy, thank you so much for showing up today, my buddy. Good to see you here, Mr. Gretzky, Funk Off. Comics Quest was here. OMG Chris stopped by. Mr. Gretzky 9966. Cats Comics. Just aim high. Whoa, aim high. Damn, Brandon. I had to scroll slow to see you. Mars Bring of Comics. Javon Taylor. I was gonna, after he gets done moving, he's gonna make some stuff, and we even had Houdat Comics, Collectibles, and Gaming show up. So, yeah, dude, Roger, bring it live on the Phantom Zone. Roger 69501. He has a Facebook page called Roger in the Phantom Zone. Huge DC fan, huge Superman fan. Just definitely everyone. Also, oh, Big Bear is here. Big Bear. Damn, I'm always late for the party. Hello, Big Bear, man. Great to see you. Thanks so much for doing what you do and being on the Legends Live auction, selling books and talking about books on the Blaster Stash It Facebook page. Like I said, after this show's over, I'll add the Blaster Stash It Facebook page link in the video description. And big shout out to Richard Contreras. It's good to see you, Richard, man. I'm just kind of finishing it on up, but thanks so much for stopping by. If y'all want, hook a brother up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to everyone in the chat room. And, man, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the show. If you didn't enjoy the show, thumb it down, man. It's all good. Thumbs up, thumbs down, don't really matter to me, man. But it's great to see everyone here having a good time, chatting with each other in the comments. If you ever have any questions for me, you can private message me. Or, like I said, talk to me on the Facebook page, Blaster Stage Facebook page. And make sure you go over to facebook.com/The Great Legend Show. Follow me, The Great Legend Show. Periodically, I'll do updates of what I'm doing, or I'll put video links down, or even have that live show like I did today. So, fans, thanks again for showing up and just being a part of The Great Legend Show today. And we'll see you real soon. This is The Great Legend saying peace out. God bless. Down, or even have that live show like I did today. So, fans, thanks again for showing up and just being a part of The Great Legend Show today. And we'll see you real soon. This is The Great Legend saying peace out. God bless. Down, or even have that live show like I did today. So, fans, thanks again for showing up and just being a part of The Great Legend Show today.